Hey YouTube, this is Astrid. This video I am doing is about health and wellness. Mostly about food and food proportions, I guess you can say. I know a lot of people's New Year's resolutions to become healthier, become more fit, making better choices. I've been interested in being healthier since I was at least 12. That's when I remember going far back as just regular exercise and eating healthier. I know it's not easy for everyone because, first of all, there's a lot of information. It's really overwhelming how much information is out there, and you don't know what's true versus not true. Having a healthier alternative lifestyle does not have to be that dramatic or drastic. It's pretty simple. It's just by making simple alternatives. It's pretty easy. Fruit versus a cookie, it's your choice. You know, when you first start out, yeah, it's going to suck, it's going to be hard because the junk food is so tempting. Yeah, it's really good, but there's no nutritional value in it, so your body's always going to be hungry. It's always going to think it's starving because you can't take anything from it, so it's just going to store into fat. But if you choose a healthier alternative that actually has vitamins and nutrients, enzymes, and all that kind of stuff, your body can use it. One thing a lot of people mistaken is to eat less. If you don't eat enough, your body goes into starvation mode and it just stores everything as fat. That's why a lot of people who know what they're talking about and doing will encourage people to eat several times throughout the day. Not only will it help speed up your metabolism, but you will have more energy throughout the day. So, as well as food intake is also really important to consider your liquids. This is one thing that always drives me nuts. There's this person I know who just had a kid, and they are working to get back into shape. They drink a lot of soda. I mean, a lot of soda. And it's not just 1 or 2 cans or a bottle a day. They drink a lot of soda. But they wonder why they can't lose the weight, and they're groggy, and they're always thirsty. The products are made to be like that. If you really want to be hydrated and help lose the weight, cut out the sugars. I myself am a huge coffee drinker. I love my coffee, and I love my tea. But I also sometimes drink my coffee black because I don't want that added sugar. Not everybody does that. I understand. You know, but you don't need to be eating like unnecessarily amounts. And treating yourself every once in a while is totally different than doing it on a regular basis. Like, for example, we have like a 12-pack of soda that's been in there for like 4 to 6 months because we don't drink that much. You know, junk is the best way of putting it. Even like if somebody says it's juice, does not mean it's necessarily juice. Real juice comes from real fruits and veggies, not sugar, you know. And also there's a lot of diets that say cut this, and this out. You need a balance. If you don't have a balance with anything, it's totally going to throw your body completely out of whack. You know, you need your sugars. That's why the complex carbs are really good. Don't overdo it, of course. So there's nothing wrong with your breads and your pastas. You know, white bread is the least healthiest. Whole grains, multi-grain, rye bread. I think there's even a potato bread. You know, I don't know if there's all different kinds of breads. My family, we eat whole grains, whole wheat bread. You know, so at first it's different. At first it's really, really different. But you will get used to it. It's always hard at first. Same thing with pastas. You can get plain pastas. You also can get whole wheat pastas. There's even a pasta that we get that's made out of fruits and veggies. When you make it with sauce and stuff like that, you can't even tell the difference. You really can't. My kids don't notice the difference, and they can be quite picky. Everybody knows how picky kids can be. Also, when it comes like for meats, really lean meats. I know I personally don't eat seafood, and I personally don't like pork. That's my personal choice. And it has nothing to do with religious affiliation or anything like that, just my own personal choice. So that's one thing to consider. And when I do eat meat, it's, put it this way, when I cook, I make more of a vegetarian type meal. When my husband cooks, we eat more of the regular non-vegetarian meal. So when we do buy meat products, it's extremely lean. We like our hamburgers, nothing is below 93%. If we can, every once in a while we'll splurge on the even more lean meats. like, I don't eat ribs, so I don't have a comment on that. I eat chicken and ground beef every once in a while. Just some really, really lean meats. I know there's other people who do like their meats. My husband's one of them. So, yeah, just make wiser choices with it. When it comes to fruits and vegetables, one thing we have in our household, you gotta try something 6 to 7 times before you decide if you like or dislike it. One example was for me in Brussels sprouts. The first 2 or 3 times I didn't like it, and I cooked it myself differently, and I ended up really, really liking it, to the point even my kids have asked for it for supper. So just because you like one thing one way, or you don't like one thing one way, there's different ways of doing things. So, make your fancy. Definitely fruits and veggies. Everyone, to me, this is common knowledge, so I don't know if I'm going too fast, if I'm just kind of whizzing through it. But I guess I was in an error for assuming that fast food was bad and fruits and veggies are good. So, at least when it comes to adult thinking. Here's an example of something that really concerns me, like with diet. When my stepsons were here this past summer, we were sitting down at dinner time, and I was asking them what kind of fruits and veggies they like. They named French fries and hot dogs. French fries I can understand, it's made from potato, but hot dogs, no. And even when I confronted their mom about it, she's had nothing to say. Totally nothing to say. It was like, no wonder there's so much going on. It's actually been proven in studies. A diet will definitely change the alteration in the behavior of a person, especially in kids, with a lot of junk food and a lot of sugars. So changing something as simple as a diet can totally change all of that, and also have better health benefits. Yeah, because these boys were like 6 and 7 this past summer, and they didn't know. My girls were 3 and 4 at the time, and they knew a lot more. So it definitely makes a difference, which personally concerns me, not as a parent, but just as a person who really cares about health and well-being. So that really concerns me. Snacks. It's really easy to get wrapped up in potato chips and dip and candy and cakes and whatever else. I like those too, but only as a sometimes thing. Like when we buy chips, we will often buy the baked one versus the fried. Even though I don't know if there's much of a difference, but I like to think so. Some of my all-time favorite snack, other than string cheese, is almonds. I love almonds. They come in all different flavors. These ones are flavored and salted and roasted. I normally don't eat salted and roasted. I like them raw. Those are my favorites. Of course, if you're allergic to something, common sense, okay? Common sense. My kids, they love tomatoes and cucumbers, especially if you mix it in a salad. They love it. When I make salad, I will add, like a green salad, I will actually add fruit into it, like apples, kiwis, oranges, and my kids love it. Even my husband loves it, and he doesn't, have anything bad to say about it. So there's different alternatives. Even like with dips, it's portion control. There's a lot of other alterations you can use. Like there's a really popular one that uses sour cream, like a ranch powder mix, and whatever else. Instead of using sour cream, you can use plain yogurt. It's a little bit heavier, and it's not quite as frothy as sour cream is, but it's still really good, and it's a lot better, healthier alternative. So that's one thing you can do. One of my favorite dips is spinach artichoke. So when I make it myself, I'll do yogurt, frozen spinach, and I don't know how to work artichokes very well, so I usually get like the canned or like the frozen ones. I also know, like, depending on where you're at, it's kind of hard to get fresh fruits and veggies. Definitely depending on the time of the year. So one thing I do I don't do canned fruits and veggies because they add all that extra sugar. But you can get the frozen veggies which I've got like a whole like pack for my family of frozen veggies for like 89 cents. I don't know what's like in your area, but that's how it is where I live. Same thing with like frozen fruits. I found them over like where the whipped cream and the pie fillings are. You can get strawberry banana mixed smoothie bag of frozen fruits and everything you need to put in your blender or your mixer or whatever for like $2. Same thing with other frozen fruits. It's very possible to get, healthier alternatives for something more affordable. So even like apples, watch out for clearance prices, watch out for sales, if you can. I know there's some places that, from what I understand, they don't carry any fresh fruits or veggies. I do know you can order groceries online. I've never done that before, so I would check that out as an alternative. I know some places, if you special request it, they might. Even planting your own fruits and veggies. Even if you live in a studio apartment, it's simple. A plant with good soil, you can do it. Okay, it's very, very possible. Because what I've done before is like when I bought a pepper, I will take the seeds out and plant the seeds in my yard. That saves money multitude of ways, so that's one alternative. So, and also like cereal is supposed to be really good. Put it this way, if it changes your milk color, it's probably not the best. Okay, there's other here's another thing I really like to do. My kids love it. Like I'll give like plain Cheerios and I'll put frozen fruit in it, or bananas or something of the sort, and my kids love it, and so do I. My husband does too. Of course, we like different fruits and different cereals, to each is their own. You can also do the same thing with nuts. Like let's say you do get plain Cheerios, almonds are actually really easy to cut up. I just learned that just the other week. These are really easy to cut up, as well as like other nuts and stuff like that, which you can put in your own cereal and sweeten it how you want. It's just a lot better than all that sugar with it, just gonna rot your teeth and has no nutritional value. If you add fruits and stuff into it, you're gonna have more for it. So another thing I do when it comes to food, I hang stuff up in my cabinets. This stuff, and on my fridge. This stuff has been up for so long, it took forever to get down. But these are actual advertisements that I put up. This one ripped, so. But yeah, of healthy people doing exercises with like little quotes. This one says like, sound mind, sound body. She's healthy. She's not anorexic looking. Here's a soccer player. I don't know her name, but like she's normally hanging on my fridge. She's healthy looking. She's not anorexic. She's not overweight. This is one of my favorites. I don't remember what advertisement this is, but they use real women. They don't go looking for supermodels or athletes. These are actual women. Yeah, it's kind of all funny because the way I put it up, but it talks. Think like a work in progress, look like a work of art. Real women have curves. They're not anorexic. They're not sick looking. Yeah. And here's some more that are a little bit extreme. Yeah, because I know I'm never going to be that size. But even like some things, like little clips I get from newspapers or magazines with like info, I'll put it up as a reminder. Hey, this is going to make you feel like this. Like soda. It's going to make you feel bloated and icky. This is a great reminder. And just some inspirational quotes. One of my favorite, it's a Nike one. This is Make Yourself Proud one. And then I have Make Yourself Fit. So yeah, I have all different kinds of things. Little inspirational quotes. So, and another thing you can also do is put pictures with food to associate with. For like your junk food, put a picture of something nasty and icky, like, someone who's overweight and obese. Put a picture of that with the junk food. So for your health alternatives, put a picture of a healthier person with that. So images for some reason stick a lot better than just words. So that might help with food association, help make alternatives. So with that huge chocolate cake full of all that emptiness, sitting right there in front of you, if you have a picture of what you're going to look like if you engorge on it, it might make you realize portion, something a little bit healthier. Oh, speaking of cake. Okay, I do like to make a lot of smoothies and stuff like that, so normally I would have like a Slim Fast powder drink, And what I will do sometimes, like in my cakes and other junk foods, I will put a couple powder scoops of that stuff in because it has more nutrients than if I didn't. And honestly, some of the only cakes that really get eaten in my house are the foods I do that with. I don't know why, but it does. So otherwise, around in my household, whenever we bake and have like junk food, it actually spoils. But like when I add like those nutrition powder stuff to my junk food, it actually gets eaten up, and honestly I don't feel nearly as guilty when I eat it. So that's another alternative you could do. So yeah, for my chocolate, I love chocolate. I absolutely love chocolate. This is what I do. There's a variety of different cereals. Hot cereals has a lot of nutrients in it. Definitely check it out. I know Cocoa Wheats has it too. I don't add the salt into it because I don't like the taste. Not only that, too much salt is bad for you anyways. You'll get the natural amount of salt you need with the proper foods you eat. And I'm also a huge coffee drinker. I love my sweets. I love my, like I said, chocolate. I love chocolate, especially dark chocolate. Love it. But it's all about proportion, and that's what's going to make a huge difference. Also with proportions, a trick that I use, especially when I know I'm really, really hungry, is I drink a full glass of water. Not only is it going to help keep you hydrated, but you won't overindulge. And if, let's say, you're still hungry after a meal, even after you had your seconds or whatever, drink water afterwards. It will help you top it off, help you feel full. See, this is my water bottle. It's like 24 ounces or 750 milliliters to be exact. I drink at least 3 or 4 of these a day. I do. Because when you're healthy, people notice. You'll see it in your skin, you'll see it in your hair, your energy, even the way your mentality is going to change. You're going to have clearer thoughts, and so something I know it's a lot. I'm just kind of going through it kind of fast because there's so much to it, but simple things like that can make a world of a difference. And at first it's going to hurt because you're waking up your body. Your body's going like, hello, what's going on? But your actions, it's going to be your results. Because I've actually had people who are overweight and obese, and even like severely obese, tell me that I don't have the right to say people are beautiful the way they are. Because I've actually been straight up told because I was a skinny bitch. Okay, I didn't stay fit and healthy by sitting on my ass and pigging out on McDonald's 5 times a week. Okay? It actually takes work. And that totally pisses me off. Okay? Just like it totally gets me mad when people who expect overnight results or who don't expect to have health problems by choosing those negative alternatives. Okay? It goes both ways. Either way, I do know being overweight and being unhealthy is pricey. Okay, you're going to eat more because you have your body has nothing to survive on. Your clothing is going to cost more. I've been shopping. Plus sizes cost extra money. Health benefits. You're going to spend more money in your health costs. And let's say you don't change your lifestyle, and let's say you pass because you're happy the way you are. You like being a fat cat. Fine. But do you know what though? People who get past a certain size, they can't bury them. Even the funeral expenses cost more, and it's also can be humiliating for the family who loses them. The perfect reminder, who's eating Gilbert Grape? That's, at the end when the mom dies, it's kind of like that. I've seen that several times, where like somebody who's severely obese will pass, and they think, I'm happy being a fat cat, but when it comes time for you passing, they're not the ones who have to deal with all the expenses of the exercise and the extra burial plots and all this special order stuff that costs more in the end. It's the family that has to deal with that, your loved ones. Because one thing that really got me thinking about this was the new advertisements for Georgia and the child obesity. People are like, I like being fat and overweight, and the more people talk shit, the more I want to eat and the more I want to put it in your face. But you know what? Fine, so be it. Or like one person says, yeah, I'm severely considered obese, but I prefer being called fluffy. A comedian made that up. It's not a politically correct term. Okay? It's not. And if you don't like it, you have to change it. Okay? That's the basis of it. It's sad when, I'm sitting here thinking, generations, how do you overcome the obesity epidemic? How did seriously, it's called discipline. Nobody wants to take responsibility, for their actions because honestly, yeah, the truth hurts, but you are in charge of your health and your well-being. Your body's going to hurt at first, yes, but it's the way of your body waking up. But once you get started, your metabolism automatically changes. Your mentality automatically changes. You'll sleep better. You have more energy through the day. There's so many benefits just to being healthier. Even if, parking further down the parking lot just to get to the store, instead of parking right at the front door, it'll make a huge alternative and make a huge difference. That 10 feet of walking distance is going to make a big difference in the end when you add it all up. So, small, simple steps is all it takes. And I know people can do it. I know. I've been on the really, really skinny side, and I've been on the really, really, really big side. And as another thing with that being said, I never go based off weight because it doesn't matter how fit I have been. I've always been considered overweight according to the BMI. So, yeah, don't go by numbers. Just throw the numbers out, and that's how it is. Will you both sit down? Sit. So, yeah, definitely. And also, depending on what you eat and how you eat will also affect your mood. So, just consideration. Yeah, even just like I said, changing one thing at a time, whether it's something simple or something big, any change is going to be better than none. Whatever you do, it's going to be your results. So I definitely encourage. The next video I'm going to do is natural beauty tips and stuff like that. That everybody can use. So not just those who are all natural, but even I've used them myself. So with that being said, I have a bunch of kids I have to deal with right now. And well, anyways, thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys next time.